get 200 Las Vegas Motor Speedways here in our beginner series. We'd like to shout out our sponsors to begin with: Pocono Raceway, the Burris Racing, Roman Imports, and what's the sponsorship for this series, Nick?
The sponsor for the series is Speedway Collective.
And we like to thank Speedway Collective for all of our sponsors do, and our affiliates: Tanner Berryhill,
Travis Braden,
and is that it?
I think you got him, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'd like to go in now to our picks for tonight. Didn't mean to go to the Cup Series, as we have what I really think is going to be the most dominant car all night. As we're going to see the 02 of Slade. He was your number one draft pick in the Pro League draft, and running on the wheel tonight. A lot of guys don't really like some of these guys coming down to this level of a series, but get a little extra practice and all that matters.
Yeah, it's good to have a developmental series here. You know, see who's got some early talent, some raw talent who can, you know, get a little better with some fine tuning. A lot of these names are pretty new to me. One of them, though, that I've raced with a ton is Jay Miller. He's an aggressive driver. He's fast too. I'd like to see how he does in these trucks.
Yeah, I actually, Jay Miller, I've actually heard of him before on the Jack Daniels racing account that he had. Yeah, and I knew him from back in the day. Actually raced some GTA with him a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
he's got a lot of character. You know, I wish we could listen to all these guys throughout the race, but I'm sure we can guess how emotions are gonna go by how these trucks run against each other.
Yeah, guys, and I'd like to take y'all into show you a lap around here, this Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'll get you into the car that I think is going to win tonight in this 02.
Should be a clean race.
It should be. There's a lot of big names out here tonight. You know, you have Broom, you have a really clean guy in Knapp. You know, you have Slade coming down. And is NRG on that roster that we got?
No.
NASCAR, if you could, would you read the roster out while I'm doing this lap here at Las Vegas?
Alright, you got the 1 of the Red Leg, the 24 of Trey, the 51 of Broncos, the 25 of Roofer, the 8 of MJO, the 18 of Trout, the 02 of Slade, the 88 of Jay Miller,
Time to go here.
52 of Hunty,
Time to go.
the 19 of Knapp, the 8 of Broom, and the 21 of From the Back.
And I'm going to take y'all guys around this Las Vegas Motor Speedway and show you what kind of lap times they are going to be running. This night will be a custom setup, 100% and 3 times wear. 200 miles around this track, and it should be a good one. This track is really known for the draft track. In all 3 series that we can run it in, it's going to be able to see, you know, who's going to be able to move that draft quite a bit, and that's what's going to be able to determine the winner. As we saw an amazing finish the first time we came in here in the what was formerly known as the developmental series with NRG and Razor Sharp battling out and wrecking at the finish, which was really amazing.
So, who's your guys' dark horses?
I mean, I don't see really a good dark horse trying to win tonight, but I do see maybe Honey maybe getting up there and winning, which, I mean, it's going to be a draft race, so we really don't I mean, you don't know.
My dark horse is Roofer. I've raced with him. I see him having a shot.
Yeah, I don't, you know, again, I'm I'm not too familiar with these names. I'd like to see how they qualify. Maybe I'll go by that. Take a look at a few laps. You never know. It could be a strategy call at the end. It's not that big of a field, so they could spread out.
Good luck
Could
to
go
everyone tonight.
cautionless if you think about it. These trucks are a little slower, a little easier to catch when you get loose, but we'll see how they go.
Yeah, I know another guy that really dominated this series for a while before he did get moved up to trucks and then Xfinity, and now he's back down here, back in the league. Glad to have you back, honey. That's another guy I really see, and a guy that I saw that really took off last night in the truck series that's running tonight is A-Trout. I see him really maybe making some waves tonight. You know, he had that little run-in at the end of Stage 1 last night with WVU, and we've had some great races this week. We had the amazing fuel battle finish in the Cup Series, and then you had the amazing green-white checkered finish in the Xfinity Series, and a 20-lap battle last night between two of your draftees, and Bags drafted from JGR, and then you had Slade drafted from Wood Brothers. Had a great battle where they battled out to the very last lap.
Wow, sounds like there's, you know, all types of the finishes you want to see, where it's green, white, checkered, it goes on to fuel, and then there's just a nice long run with just a few cars. Cool to see another good finish.
Yeah, and this is actually the Cup driver's first ever attempt to try to sweep the week. This is the first time a Cup driver has ran down in developmental, so this is definitely going to be interesting to see if Slade can pull one out for the Cup guys. Even though he's my pick to win, I'm definitely kind of leaning towards somebody else to win this race tonight. I think the dark horse pick, though, really in the field is going to be Nap Racing. I've raced with him for a long time, and he's a really clean, a really aggressive driver, but he's really clean in doing that. Who are y'all's picks for tonight?
Well,
I gotta go with the 52.
I'm gonna go with 88. You know, I know the dude. I know broadcasters can't really root for someone, have favorites, but you know, I'll go with my boy Jay Miller.
I hate to do this to the field, and I hate to say a Cup guy's going to win, but it's real hard to root against him, and it's real hard to say he's not going to be up there, not going to be leading laps, and not going to have a shot to win this race in the end.
Yeah.
And that's Slade. Yeah, I mean, it's, even though he's on a wheel, he did show, you know, last night. This is a easier track to run. You know, it's flat out in all three series. You can hold your car down there real easy. Don't take a lot of steering input to get the car down there, and it's going to be a draft race. You might see a couple guys try to make that high line work, which is going to be a little easier to make the high line work once you get over in 1 and 2. It's a little harder in 3 and 4, coming off 3 and 4 to really get a run going. And the most passes you're really going to see in this race is probably going to be who can get below each other on that front stretch.
Yeah, that's a good point. Unless you see someone start going up the track out of turn 2, I agree. It's probably going to be that front stretch. One thing for me with Vegas that would always get me, the shadows of the billboards going into 1, and the bumps too. You know, with a 100% race, that's you'll get used to it, but that could be kind of a mental stress too, with all, you know, the shadow and then light, shadow, light. See if that plays effect in these guys with their consistency.
Yeah, I know that there is, and when we raced Xfinity here, I really had to deal with that in my setup quite a bit. Is there's a really big bump in the middle of 1 and 2. Like the car tends to bottom out on me some, actually quite a bit when I get on old tires. And a lot of tracks, you know, you get a little looser on old tires. Here you just seem to shove up to the wall a little bit more, and it's going to be a lot harder to pass once you get on those old tires.
So with this being an oval, you know, all ovals are kind of the same, but they're really different in a sense. What do you think the best entrance is going to be for someone to get a good, fast, consistent lap? Are you looking for entrance, or are you looking for exit here? How are you getting into that corner?
Well, my driving style, and Danny, yours might be a lot different, and Nick, yours might be different, but I really go for corner entry. I make all my time up on corner entry and hope she hangs on exit, just driving in as hard as I can. But I mean, that's what I always look for, is a lot of speed on corner entry and just hang on exit, really.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, everyone's a little different, but I'm a little more cautious into the corner so that I get a good exit, but that can bite you, because if you got a guy behind you and you're used to letting off a little bit or kind of taking it a little wider maybe, then someone can easily get in the inside of you. So I think your method is going to be the winning method here tonight.
And a lot of times it is.
Oh yeah, but then it's that exit that's the scary part, It's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw her in there and she'll be just hanging out loose sideways. The car scoot over, coming out of the corner, and then get a little iffy. But later in this race, and when it really files out, which I think this race will get pretty single file real early, you're just gonna have guys running that inside all the way around the Daytona line, Daytona Talladega line, like a plate track. It's gonna be able to, kind of like what you saw in the Xfinity race at Texas, sadly. I mean, it's not a driving style that we all like to run, but the leader kind of dictates what happens with it. And it's sad, but it's true.
But that's also what makes a racer a good driver, or a driver a good racer, when they can adapt to those different lines and what's needed. With these trucks, man, it's really gonna. I don't think they're gonna be able to get comfortable and be like, all right, I'm gonna stay away from the bottom just in case, because the draft is really important with these things. And do you guys think that someone's gonna be able to pull away?
No, not. I mean, if they would, it would be because the field kind of got broken up a little bit because somebody up front, first, second place car, got a little wreck. But then the field would kind of catch that guy, and it would just go back to the way it would be. I mean, you see that on a lot of these mile and a halves, unlike Kansas and Homestead and tracks like that, you have cars they can hook up around that inside, and the leader just kind of dictates it. I mean, it's the smart thing to do as a leader. You hate it if you're the guy behind him because you're wanting to race. It's not fun to sit there. It's just not. But it's kind of like what you saw in the Xfinity Series race when Jay Hyper had the field stacked up 16 cars deep. It's not fun, but you got to sit there and run there because you'll fall back to the end of the line. It is what it is. Yeah. It's not fun, but you got to do it.
You have to do it. You have to have that pressure, or else you're not going to win the race.
Yeah, I mean.
So what do you do in that position? You turn your mirror off. You keep it on.
I don't race with my mirror on. Period.
No, you pay attention. That's smart.
I mean, I'll look around a little bit with the 360 camera. Really glad they added this game. Back when they was making it, because where I'm on a steering wheel, I don't really, look up in that mirror. I'll just hit the back button on that D-pad and just look back.
Yeah.
Get the full view, and the mirror on this game really ain't that great to begin with.
What it is too with that mirror, these things are going so fast. You look up for a split second,
you can miss the corner down the backstretch. And what a lot of people don't realize on this track is the straightaways when you're racing it and going in, and the trucks. I mean, these trucks are going to be hitting like 190 tonight.
Yeah.
185 around there. I don't know the exact specifics, but you look up for that minute and you get in the corner weird, and that's your race. You fall back.
How aggressive do you think these guys will be tonight?
I know what they would be if they was me, but I don't know. I know a lot of the driving styles in these guys, and I think we're going to see a clean race, not a lot of three-wide racing, but it should be a pretty good show, from start to finish. Probably this beginner series ain't really known to have a lot of cautions. They won a couple races they're never having a caution. They went like 3-4 straight.
Yeah, so going from my my driving. I know it's a long race. I don't think for myself I would be too aggressive to start. I would definitely, you know, try to see what my truck is going to do. One thing that's really interesting though, guys, is I went over to the leaderboards for this track, the daily fast times, and who do you think would be in the top?
I mean, I would.
Roofer is the top out of all the drivers tonight.
What's that?
He said
Roofer
Roofer.
is the fastest
You
of
know-
the drivers.
No, because right now it's showing that VA Redleg has the fastest time for the day at Vegas in the trucks.
Let me go ahead and check that out real quick. I know that a lot of times you'll see guys like Will or Deadpool up there, because I mean they work on these tracks and they work on getting a lot of fast times throughout the week. And that's not always what wins you the race. A lot of these times,
Right.
you know, it's kind of a happy medium. You either focus on, you know, control. Yeah, like I say, you have for the weekly, you have Deadpool out there. You know, he works a whole lot getting these guys ready. You have NRG, Fluffy, and Roofer in the top 10 for this week. Also, Trey, I think he's racing tonight, if I'm not correct.
Yes, he'll be in the championship.
So, I mean, yeah, and is VA Red Leg racing?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so,
Yeah.
right?
So-
He's on the roster.
Yeah, so what you're seeing right now on the stream is you're seeing the midnight guys absolutely dominate the top 10 daily of Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, that shows that these guys were practicing today, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of these guys coming down, hopping down from this lower series. These guys work, and the guy that I really have to shout out, and the guy that really works with these guys all week long, is NRG. You know, he even put some of these guys in a chat that don't have a team, you know, that don't have any help. He put them in a chat and really got them up. And a big shout out to NRG and all that he does for this beginner series.
That's nice. It's nice to see.
So Nick, when are you making your first appearance here in the beginner series?
I don't know if I will. Let's see how tonight goes. I'm really, like, it's weird, man. I'm not that competitive of a person. I really enjoy talking with all you guys. You know, everyone I race around, just good people. You guys, meeting you tonight, you know, y'all seem like good racers, and just good people. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would do it. I'm in a league that's enough as it is, and
I recommend
that's about
it.
it. Yeah, maybe for fun.
I can't
So
go
are we
wrong
gonna
when you
get
race
invites?
midnight. I don't know. I'd really like to. These guys are still qualifying over there.
Oh, they're still qualifying. All right.
If y'all want to, y'all can message Slade or somebody and ask him how long it is. I'm gonna try to keep the stream up and not go blue screen.
Yeah, I got you. I just asked Milla if he could send an invite to the race. So let's see if he's got time to do that. When I get in, I'll send it to y'all.
And you know, Roofer racing that 25 tonight. He's making his return to the beginner series after running trucks for some time after joining at the beginning, and he dropped out.
Hello.
Making his return in the 25. That's correct.
Yeah.
And Danny, your former ride.
Yeah. It was fun.
You know, coming over to SHR, and you know the little time you've had in the Ford, just being today, can you tell a difference in the manufacturers on this game?
Well, I'm personally biased for Ford. I mean, that's my choice. But I don't know. They just seem faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're in one. You know? That's why it seems faster.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know, I mean, we've had So these, a little bit right now, you have Slade, your leader in cup
Going
points.
be a great race, got a good long truck GL all TY viewers.
You know, you have Slade over here leading the Cup Series points. Has a win, got his win at Bristol. I'm winning. Currently, I'm leading the Xfinity Series points. And if I'm not mistaken, I think, who's leading the Truck Series points in NASCAR?
I'm pretty sure it's still Canfield.
It's still Canfield, and that's what I thought. And
Don't quote me on that.
And we don't really. I think NRG's leading in developmental points, since he can't run Cup, and he's won 2 straight, and he has opted not to race tonight because of that fact. Well, who do y'all think's gonna set pole, since we ain't got invites out yet and don't know who the pole setter is?
I mean, looking at the fastest lap daily, I'm just gonna go with that number 1 truck, VA Redleg.
Yeah, man, I've never been really that great of a qualifier ever. I'll have one of the fastest trucks in practice leading up to the race, everything else, but I just can't ever seem to get a good qualifying run. I've noticed one guy that's always been able to qualify well. You know, I've raced with him some, and I think that's going to be Honey. You're either going to see Honey or Slade on the pole tonight.
It really matters who has the single car speed.
Yeah.
I mean, if your truck's better behind somebody, it is. But I mean, to win this race, you're going to be in the front because it's hard to make a pass. I mean, when you're running that single file line like that, if somebody, you know, does decide to check up, just, you know, starts kind of laying back a little bit, playing a little more defensive, maybe starts brake checking, you know, you got to be ready for that. You got to be looking to the inside, always but you got to have that front out. You know, your car's got to be good and clean air.
So are you guys going to try the high side here if he was racing, or are you just going to stick
you know, you experiment a little bit early in the race and see where your car is at, see where it's going to be fast. You know, I think you can't run the wall here. You're not going to be able to, but if you can run just about a groove higher and get like a 3-4 car draft, that front car is going to be able to get past that car in front if it pulls out.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, like you were mentioning before, you got to run. I think you got to run the bottom, but like you said, if you're in that middle line and you've got a good train behind you that can give you some draft speed and maybe pin that guy a little bit, you know, not too much, but kind of scare him a bit where he's almost on the apron, has to kind of get out of the gas, you might be able to force your way up front.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, you know, if I go up top, then if I go up top, I'm going to the back. That's how I feel.
And we do have our invites now.
All right.
Should be a good one.
Yes, sir. We're hopping in to view the race now. The Silver State 200 at Las Vegas here in the Beginner Series. Sponsored by Speedway Collective. Man, I ain't been in the league guy on this enough to remember. Could you, one of y'all look at that image and tell us who's on the pole for tonight's race?
Oh man, I just went past it. I got a second invite, I can join that one.
If you need to, Danny, are you in? We can,
The O2 is starting on pole.
Yeah, I kinda.
With the 19 to its outside.
The 19 to its outside, and here they go. They're gonna do one pace lap at 65 mile per hour as they get scattered out. O2's not gonna have far to go as he's the one that started the lobby. Who's in the 19? Nap Racing?
Yes.
Yeah. Couple guys.
The one was Nick's pick to win the pole, and he's starting on the final row.
Wow.
They starting third. Yeah, all right. And you know that safe pick of Slade. You weren't wrong.
I mean, you can't go wrong when you
Yeah.
you can't go wrong
Somebody
when you
just
pick a
lined
cup
up.
guy. Oh wow, NRG is actually running this race. I thought he opted to.
They're all backing out.
Yeah, they're gonna back out, get people in here. Somebody didn't get in as usual.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm still in the lobby with 2 other guys, so I'm gonna run this race myself and get a win. So.
So, what truck is NRG running?
Could one of y'all read off the roster real quick, if we can?
You know, I don't see NRG in the lineup.
He's running. It showed him in the
on the
lobby as the 47. So that's definitely interesting that they added him last minute, which they didn't have many guys running this race. So that could have been a last-second add-on. He's going for 3
like,
straight.
Slow in there and, yeah.
He's going for 3 straight tonight, man. That's that would be really
Well,
something. That would be
changing their pick?
no, no. I'm still
I'm not
saying
gonna change
Slade's
mine.
gonna. I'm still gonna say Slade's gonna dominate this race, to say the least.
Okay, Daryl, watch him.
I mean, he's the #1 draft pick on PlayStation coming down here to run. It's I'm not trying to play favorites or anything.
You're playing smart. You're playing smart.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's real cool that you guys were able to get together, series sponsor and Speedway Collective, and some supporters like Pocono Raceway, man, that's crazy. Tanner Berryhill, Travis Braden, Burst Tires, Ronin Imports.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what Ronin Imports was. I looked them up, and it seems like they've got some cool stuff if you're a JDM kind of guy, if you like Toyotas.
Yeah. No, I'm a big American Muscle fan myself, but you know, I mean,
yeah, so am I.
You know, you can't go wrong if you are into that with Ronin Imports, man. You can't also go wrong with Burst Tires and Burst Racing right there. Great guys, and Pocono Raceway. No words need to be said after it. Just shows what they've done to the esport. You know, coming down here and sponsoring Midnight, which, you know, all 3 guys in this booth, I would have to say, believe this is the best league on PlayStation, if not overall, besides the Pro League.
Yeah, you know, I really enjoyed doing this stuff with you guys. I feel honored to be able to. And speaking of Pocono, that's my home track. I live not even 2 hours away from it. Love going there. Great racing every time. Got to see Dale Jr. win. You know, Ryan Blaney, Jeff Gordon a few years ago.
Sup guys, and good luck everyone tonight.
A lot of good racing there.
Yeah, there is. Pocono Raceway makes for some absolute wonderful racing. Man, I love Turn 3. It's the best place to pass on the whole track. You know, the Jeremy Mayfield Dale Earnhardt incident, that was probably the most historic moment out of Pocono, I would have to say.
Yeah, and, you know, the more you want to learn, you go to SpeedwayCollective.com. You get a lot of information there.
Oh, great hookers here, everyone. Stop talking.
Nice. Good stuff here.
I would like to ask whoever just said that in the chat. I can't really pull you up right now, but we would have to ask you to leave. Michael Cutlet, please leave the chat. Yeah,
Let's go VA red leg.
You know, I mean, this race tonight is going to be so draft oriented. It's going to be who's in the right place at the right time. You know, you could be out there, you could lead every single lap of this race. You know, you could lead, but if somebody has that run, you can back. If you're in second, man, you can back up to that third place car and really get a run. Maybe pull that down the front stretch. So,
well, looking back at like the Cup race, you know, you need to stay up front towards the end of the race.
In slower
you
here,
have
don't
to get
expect
tires
anything
and
from
fuel
me.
situated early on. You don't want to be a last-minute person with that, or else you're starting in the back and you're not going anywhere. You got to protect that lead.
I got to stream to get the running order.
Alright, thanks.
All right,
if you
man.
wouldn't care, you can stay on that one during the race. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot of strategy, and I don't think the beginner series, the Speedway Collective beginner series runs stages, which I'm a big fan of. I don't like stages. I don't like the stage racing produces. You know, it adds a lot more into the strategy. So
Good luck, guys.
If it does get spread out enough in this race, it's definitely going to be interesting to see, you know, what these guys can do. Alright, we're going to join y'all right here. We have Slade here in the 02, Honey in the 52, Bronco in the 51, NRG in the 47, Nap Racing 19, 88 of Jay Miller, 87 of Mojo, 21 of Will from the back, 8 of W Broom, 1 of VA Redleg, 25 of MP Roofer, 24 of Trey, 18 of A Trout, and 10 of Slow. Alright, we're going to pull up the race now, and that is your roster for tonight. We have Slade sitting here on the pole in the 02. My pick to win tonight, and you have Nap, another one of my picks that I said that's going to be doing really well, sitting right there on that outside pole. So definitely going to be interesting to see the start of this race, and the start may determine the first 50 laps of this thing. The way this track works.
I was looking at that Mateo Ortiz. He went far back. Looks like they're getting into the run orders.
So it's 30 laps in the stage 1.
And right now we'll take you to the Burris Racing Tires, or Burris Racing Blimp camera view over the 02 of Slade to start this thing off. Got the 19 on the outside, running the Haley Deegan 19 truck. NASCAR next driver, and you have the 24 from the back, right there in third. Here they go, green flag racing. See, the 02 didn't really get that great of a start. The 19 starting to really come on the outside. These guys are all who's
run that 18 had on the back end.
Yeah, it looked like the 18 may have tried to, you know, gauge the restart a little better than what, you know, he really wanted to, which you gotta try to avoid that as much as possible. I know that's really easy to lay back a little bit and get a great run, but now you're gonna see that 19 to that 18 just fall. You don't like to see it, but you can't hold all those cars off on that inside like that. Just Slade's doing a really good job of keeping it up there. Maybe that outline side is gonna form.
The 18 just getting the wall there?
No, that's gonna be the 87 back there in the back, hit the wall, came back down, and the 21 of Will from the back is down on the apron. Nice job of him keeping it down there.
Oh, right.
And they're wrecking big time. I don't think that's going to be a caution. That shouldn't be a caution. But it's going to be.
Well, they almost got around 2 laps. I saw some nice side-by-side stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was, the outside line surprised me a little bit. I think Slade, you know, being the guy from the higher series, he was the one that kind of pulled along and make some 2-wide race, and he was doing a really good job of working both lines, keeping both lines up, making the outside sign, pull the draft a little bit.
If it goes caution free, they will have to make the green flag pit stop in this stage.
They are running stages?
Yeah.
Or not. Yep.
They are running stages, cool. I didn't think they did. You got that Chevy horsepower setting out front, Toyota right behind him. The first Ford's back there in the 4th row, Jay Miller, that 88. Come on, make us all proud over here at Ford.
I mean, you kind of picked a Chevy to win.
I mean, already 3 wide. Looks like the 18 kind of peeked out to the outside of him. Not really a whole lot going on right now.
The 02 had enough room to go up the track to get a nice arc into turn 1. He had a great launch.
You see that 24 now looking at...
Yeah, these guys are really jockeying for positions. Staying off each other though. It looks like it might go 3 wide. But that 10 truck just gives up a little bit. The 8 in the wall gets the 52 right on him.
Man, that 18
really
is looking. That 18 is really looking right now, man. He looks to be the aggressor in every situation in this race. You know, he's doing it clean though. I will give him that. You know, there's a difference between being stupidly aggressive and over your head aggressive, and there's, you know, clean aggressive.
That 24 was right on the tail of the 02, and they were leaving third and back, but then it looked like out of 4, the 24 got a little loose, and now he's kind of bunching up the pack behind him. Looks like the 02's not making up any ground on it.
The 02 looked like he got out of the grooves a little bit right there. Maybe intentional, maybe not. You see the 18 looking down to the inside, see if he can pull it draft through the corner. And Slade will hug that inside or right down there. The 47 struggling to get a line. It looks like he'll fall right back behind the 10 right now. That Jennifer Joe Cobb machine. You see the 24 snugging up right behind the 02. Maybe he might be able to make the pass right here. No.
The 02 into the wall going into 1. Tried to get that real big arc. He just hit it, but didn't slow him down much, as we've got the 19 going on the inside of the 24 for second.
We have a 3-wide battle, or it was a 3-wide battle. Looks like Slade maybe slowed that 24 car up. The 24 car really looks to be sticking with Slade. He knows who's fast, and he knows he's going to pull him to the lead. Knapp looking to maybe make little connectivity issues right there with Slade. The 19 now looking to the inside of Slade. Down below him right now. Yeah, and like
that 18 up with him. Oh, they all bunch up a bit.
Oh, nice save from the back.
Wow.
Or no, that ain't from the back of the 24. That's Trey. Sorry. Been calling it a little different this whole time.
47 totally took advantage of that situation. He got a run. He's up third.
He's looking for his 3rd straight win here in the beginner series.
Wow.
So, I mean, definitely bringing the muscle and credentials into this race, man. But if I see a guy that's trying to shut him out, 3 guys that I said that were going to do good in this race, man, are right up there in the lead. You have the 02 of Slade, the 19 of Knapp, and now you have the 47 of NRG right there. And it looks like, who's that right there on the apron there in the back?
Let's see.
Is that caution out?
Is that the 51?
Is it caution? Yeah, caution's out.
No, I think, yeah, they did call caution there.
Is it caution NASCAR, or was that the Slade end? Or at the stage end?
No, we've got how many laps left in the stage? I'm not sure, but that was a game called
18
caution.
right now.
18.
We got 18 laps going the stage. I think you'll see a lot of guys come in here and pit. Get tires. What's really going to be difficult is when we see that 02, the 19, the 47 start falling back in the field a little bit. It's definitely going to be interesting. The 18 of A-Trot, we saw him being really aggressive last night in the Pocono race. He did get in and kind of wrecked WVU during that race, but at the end of stage 1. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what these guys can do. Can you give us a little update on the fuel situation there, NASCAR?
So from what I saw, with 18 to go, I think he was getting two cans. There would have been 16 estimated laps to go with the amount of fuel you get.
Big wreck, 10 flipping up in the air, man. He Ricky Bobbied that one straight into the fence.
My gosh, I give that one a 10 out of 10. That was crazy.
Man, I would have to, but it didn't look like he stuck the landing just perfect.
No, jeez, all right. Well, 3 judges, take away the worst and the best, and go with that middle one.
We got the Olympics coming up. He might need to get in the gymnastics.
Yeah, right? Start working those quads. You need those for your landings. But I have no idea if that's true, but
I have no earthly idea either.
It sounded good.
Yeah, it sure did.
So, a caution right after another caution.
You know, the guys that pitted on that last stop are gonna be able to make it now.
Yeah, definitely.
But you maybe see guys like the 0-2 that stayed out, Slade. Those guys may be looking for more cautions to try to make it to the end. I don't know if they pitted or not. Be interesting to see.
I think I'd want to kind of pit early instead of waiting. What if there isn't a caution? Then you got to go on your green or something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot. This ain't, you know, you ain't racing for points here. It's just a race. You know, Slade's out here. You know, Slade, Knapp. These guys are just out here having fun. You know, it's just, I guess, Kyle Busch in the field a little bit. A lot of guys don't seem to agree with it. A-Trout now.
To lose. Just go for it.
A-Trout now, not a guy been shying away as we saw him last night. Not shying away from aggression and being on that aggressive side. We see the 21 all the way down, almost in the grass, and they're 4 wide back there. And 21 is in the grass. Oh, is the 0-2? Did the 0-2
down to the bottom?
It looked like the 0-2 got put in on the apron by the 18.
Then the 19
that sucks.
goes down into the 88, 24 into the 88. 88's trying to just get his car, his truck some momentum.
This is really hectic right now. You see a lot of guys dropping like flies. Is there 2 wide up here for the lead with the 87 and the 18? Let's see who's in the 87. You have M. Joe, 1803, and you have A-Trout, one of the guys that, you know, ran good last night. And then you have NRG going for 3 straight wins right here in the beginner series. Looks like he might be able to.
Yeah, can he get on the inside? Because that 8-truck.
Now you have Roofer in the Roofer back there in the 25, then you have Honey back there in the 52. A guy that absolutely dominated the series before he got moved up. He's making his return tonight to the series. The 47 staying on that outside with the 87. Now you see the 25 of MP Roofer now move up the track with him. 47 kind of made a look right there to make it 3 wide, but we'll see as they clear the 18. 47 now looking to the inside of the 18, or the 87. 47 to the lead. The 18, you should be able to see the 18 go past, go past the 87 now.
Yeah, there's no one up there with that 87.
Roofer get a little squirrely, and the 52 is in the grass down the front stretch.
He holds it.
The 18, no stranger to controversy, now moving. Looks like he may have got into that left rear quarter panel a little bit. Might have a talking to after the race, the way he's raced. I like an aggressive driver. I've had a few talkings to myself. It's always a fun experience.
Yo, think about it this way though. Look at all those other trucks behind us. I gotta go. I gotta get up there.
Exactly.
If you're not gonna move, I'm gonna move you just a little bit. Just a little bit. I thought that was good.
If you're not getting yelled at after the race, you're not trying.
Yeah.
Oh man. It does make you realize on some stuff when you are getting yelled at after the race, you know. As you see this race starting to get single filed out, you see guys making some big moves, and Dylan NRG out there just strolling on a midnight stroll, I guess you would say, since we are in the Midnight Broadcasting Network. The 18 now looked like he may have grabbed that apron a little bit, looking for the lead once again, as they are giving it that all-American try and just can't get to him.
I really like that racing right there between the 18 and the 88. 18 had to drift up a bit. 88 saw it moved up, but it also looked like the 18 tried to just back off to bring himself back down the track. You know, they're being respectful right now. Right now is the key phrase there, but it's pretty good.
But you also see a sense of urgency, a sense of, you know, wanting to go up there, have your name called out, go winning that stages. Go winning this stage. You see the 18, the 47 now pulling out a little bit, but usually it's not for long. You see the 19 and Knapp after getting in a incident earlier. He's now working his way up, and it's 3 wide around that high line. Can he make it stick? And yes.
Oh, man.
Now, if he's going to be able to pull it. Man, that 87 now looking, trying to make something happen. Maybe get a little momentum on that high line to try to pull him, and it's just not working. We're going to go back a little bit here in the field right now. The 25 of MP Roofer trying to make a move on the 19 and the 88. Maybe force it 3 wide. You see the 19 move the 88 up the track. Knapp gives him the bumper.
Yeah, I don't think the 88 knew that the 19 was going to be there. They both were kind of in the same spot at the same
The
time.
25 hits the grass. The 18 now below the 47, but the 87 on the high side. The 87 is going to give the 47 a push. It looks like a lot of 7s I've said tonight.
You're going to wake up in the middle of the night and just scream
7.
You're just in a cold sweat. Looks like this 52 is coming back, catching the 4th and 5th place trucks here.
I mean, and a lot of times on these tracks, you mile and a half it ain't that strong, but you get within 8/10 of a guy in front of you and you can stay there, you'll pull his draft. I don't care if he has a much faster car, you can pull his draft. It's 8/10 is that magic number, and it's like a switch you flip on your car, almost like nitrous flipping on and off.
Yeah, man, I agree.
Coming to the final lap in the stage.
Looks like the 18 of A-Trout is going to have this one locked up unless the 47 of Knapp can make a run with that 87 pushing him.
Yeah, there's a really good battle for 4th here. They were 3 wide last lap coming out of turn 2.
And they are. Knapp's there. I mean, not Knapp. NRG is there. Dylan's there. Gonna try that outside line, arc it down, get the run coming out of the corner, and gonna be there down the front stretch. And can he get him? He says outside, and oh, so close, but yet so far away. As they wreck after the start-finish line, that's just the game right there. A-Trout, your winner in stage 1. A lot of excitement going on right now in that first stage. A lot of it was really chaos, a little controlled chaos, to be honest with you. The key term, I think that's the key term every time you go here to Las Vegas, is it's just controlled chaos everywhere you go around the track.
The way that 18, you know, watching him going around the track for all those laps, it's not surprising that he's up front, because he was able to keep the car in his lane, or his truck in a lane, whether he was on the bottom, middle, or top. Yeah, he didn't really have many bobbles or drifts or anything. That's a pretty strong truck.
You know, I know I've, you know, ran the setup, you know, NRG's running, and a lot of these cars wants to just pull off the corner. They are geared so tightly around this racetrack, they just want to pull everywhere you go. It's definitely interesting.
Go back, started the second stage. 18 remains in the lead. He went down on the apron, that front stretch.
A little bit. The 19, the 19 collecting a couple cars. The 52 now looking to make it 3 wide down the back stretch. Just couldn't hardly get to his inside. 52 now looking to regain his spots he lost, as the 18 has a controlling lead over this field.
Now I was following that 02, and it was kind of like he could just stick his hand out the window, say goodbye to all those guys that kind of had a little mistakes. You know, he was just cruising on the outside, Sunday cruise, and now he's making a move on the inside of the 25.
Now we're sitting here right now looking at this 87, and it looks to be that the 18 is shoving a little bit through the center of the corner, but he's able to pull it back down. You know, and that's really a defensive line, because if you're going to make a pass here, you're going to want to make it on the entry of the corner. You ain't going to be able to pull it around somebody midway through the corner or on exit really here on that inside line. And, you know, we see the 87 now as we're riding along on the hood cam. He's shoving up a little bit towards the wall on exit. So,
yeah, that 18 stays towards the bottom.
You know, a lot of, I think you're seeing really two different driving styles, or really two different setups here coming into play. And these guys are looking to be two of the biggest players in this race, as the 18 seems to pull away right now as the 47 goes down to the inside.
That 02 is making his way back up there.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Making
Gets on the
quick
inside
work
of
of
that
all these
47.
guys. Making quick work of all these guys. I think he has a little vengeance out for that 18 truck, as he got put down on the apron by that 18 truck earlier in the race. I know I wouldn't be too happy with him, but I'm not a really good reference for that one.
That 52 was giving the 87 such push, man. Good truck control by both those drivers, and the 88 on the
A lot
inside.
of good clean laps. I like it, all good drivers.
And you see the 02 starting to make some ground up, and the 47 hops down in front of him, as they should be able to get a great draft now on that 18 out in front and catch him like nothing. Unless
Yeah, I
that
think
40...
that 02 would have had it if he had a few more trucks behind him.
Oh yeah, he would have definitely. Now he's following along to the last car in that run. He should cycle out right here to third, but it's, you know, it's iffy.
So this kind of reminds me of like super speedway races with the draft. Do you try and find a friend here? Because if you guys noticed, they were all on the high side, but it looked like that 88 was trying to get to the bottom to help that 02. What if the 02 kind of makes a friend out of the 88? Say, all right, later, if you're gonna help push me, I'm here with you.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of lean on your drivers, and you know, one thing these guys are looking for is Slade is the owner of the RCR camp, and a lot of these guys may be looking for helping a team owner, maybe get picked up, put in the truck series eventually.
That's a great battle for me.
Oh, and the 47, oh, the 02 in the wall a little bit, and that little mistake right there is going to be the 02 to the back of this run. Maybe, no. They get shuffled out quite a bit, and the 02 making a run on the high line now.
He's still
making it work.
Yeah. He's hoping the 47 makes a tiny error.
Really, it ain't the 47, it's that 18 that messes up, and the 18's trying to... The 18's trying to control both lanes and kind of get the 02 up there, but, you know, that's flirting with the devil, really.
No Sunday cruising anymore.
No, that's over. Some Saturday night stuff. That 02 is real good on that outside line now, I gotta say. Or like that middle to high.
It's gonna get some help here.
52 goes up the track a tiny bit, falls off.
Nobody's been able to really hold it like that 02, and you see the guys behind him not even able to run such a good run on that Holland. And he's actually making that ground with fewer cars right now. As we say that, he disappoints us. Oh, now look at the inside, and just...
Oh, the 18 squeezes down. How did he know? How did he know he only had like 2 inches there to come down? That could have been a serious error.
You don't, you just do.
You just do.
You just do.
Yeah,
You
I
just
like
do.
That, man. That's a good answer.
You just... You hope the other guy behind you checks up and knows he only has 2 inches.
Yeah, that was great. That was some great racing there.
When do you stop checking out for the guy then? That's the question.
Yeah. You know, hey man, I gave you space. It's over now.
You gotta get tired of that.
Oh, you definitely do.
Yeah, I'll plead the fifth on that one.
But you know, I gotta say, if I was the leader and that happened to me, I can't be mad. Heck, I was pushing him around. I was making him wait for a while. It's my fault that he's there. If I was faster, he wouldn't have been there. I let him get there. I gave him space, and I guess I can't be too mad at him.
I mean, and a lot of times he's mile and a half, and this is, you know, the way the corner is kind of laid out. and how it's what gets real wide center off, and then gets real shallow from exit. It's real easy to, you know, get underneath somebody and just shove them up the track a little bit.
Oh yeah.
As the one car is down pit road, maybe seeing some pit cycles playing out right now.
Yeah, I wonder if
the
estimated fuel. I wonder if the estimated fuel is in the favor of the drivers on the track. You know, is the ratio 1-1.
And we will see Slade come down the pit road. Is that just a common courtesy thing to drop below the apron down the back stretch to tell everybody you're pitting? See his pit road entrance right here. Gets a little squirrely, but
Nice.
brings it down.
No, that was fantastic.
It's breaking a few cars with it.
Those guys were floating into the pit road. That was real nice.
A lot of the Chevy came down with him. This is 18 has led from when he grabbed that lead in that first stage on. Nobody has been able to really contest a good challenge to him. Seeing a really strong car now. Or truck, sorry.
You know, at the beginning of the stage, his truck looked a little unstable. It seems like he's got a nice long run truck.
I usually don't favor long run trucks or long run race cars at all, just because I don't really have the patience to deal with it. But
I think you and I are opposite with a lot of this, and that's cool, man. You know, see different perspectives of it. I like long run. I like to pick them off, and it's pretty sweet. But yeah, man, your ways. Man.
can we find out who the leader is? I think it's going to be that one truck that came down first.
Let's see. Our in-car driver, that 87. I believe it's the 87, right? Or the 8.
He sped on pit road, so he's just not getting off.
Yeah.
That's your worst nightmare, speeding on pit road.
Well, learn now and don't do it later.
Definitely not a fun experience, which I think it's maybe the 52, maybe the 1. It's definitely either the 52 or the 1 truck. Maybe I don't know who the leader is. Okay, definitely not the 1. Found that one out. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 52. No, the 47. Sorry, I tried to cycle it all out.
Oh yeah,
47
47's in front of the 18. Yeah.
Pit strategy playing out right now. Trying to get to it.
And look at that 02, man. You know, he was real cautious getting on the pit road. He gave a lot of room, real respectful, and he's sitting there. Looks like
I might lag out of here, guys. There's a thunderstorm. Not outside, so.
Alright, well, hope everything stays safe.
You know, a lot of that in Slade, it's kind of like DW used to say, experience. You know, he is a pro league driver. You know, he knows what to do. He knows how to handle his field. And you see two of the fastest guys. You know, you see two of the fastest guys in this race, and they're going to catch us 1847 up here. So we're really going to be able to see, you know, Toyota versus Chevy, 2-car tandem. So these guys, we see the 18 not really wanting to work with that 47 right now, looking high, looking low.
Yeah, that's going to bring that 52 and the 02 right up to him.
Up even faster.
Oh yeah. But now I see why you race without the mirror, because draft like this, and you'll be spending way too much time looking up there. How much, you know, how much bigger are these trucks getting? It's like the 47.
The 18 now looking to the inside. He's gonna get back behind him.
Smart move. don't want to enter too shallow, go right up
The
the track.
18 may be trying to back up to that 52 now, try to get a run. Built on the 47, dart off down to the inside. Where you see the 47 not really running much of a defensive line.
So there's a slow truck up here. You think he's trying to save, or is that the 25?
That's the 51.
Oh, yes, the 51.
That may have been somebody that took 2 tires and just was falling back now. He may have been in the lead. That happened when we did our Auto Club race in the Xfinity Series. You know, you had... And now the...
Oh, man, but he's screwing up the lead. That 47 cannot be happy right now at that 51.
Oh, the 18. Now the 02 going to have a shot at this lead.
Oh, my gosh, that 51. If I were him, I would get out of the way, man. These leaders are moving. I want to gain some respect, you know? I would
He
be
must
getting
be
out
in
of
the
the
lead.
way. That 51, you think? Yeah, maybe he's fighting to keep it.
Now we just put the 52 in the wall, man. Come on, get out of here.
You know, you got to be right about that strategy. He probably did go no tires, 2 tires.
He's getting yelled at after the race.
You know, there's one guy that always does it. It don't matter what race. There's one guy that don't matter how many times it's been proved that it ain't gonna work. You gotta try it. But
I mean, as long as he wasn't like already a lap down, I don't think it's too severe. Yeah, there should be a talking to because they caught him so quick. Like, there's no way you're gonna hold that off. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I'd be pretty upset.
making it 3
So you
wide
don't
like
know
he
who's
did,
in that 51?
I think it's slow. I ain't real for sure.
If it's slow, he's in 11th.
I think slow's the 10 truck.
I think you're right. I don't know who's in the 51. It's one of the Toyota guys.
I mean, obviously.
Testing you.
And the 47 is probably going to coast to an easy stage win right now. Is the 02
51 is Broncos.
really? There's my lineup finally pick up. Maybe hit the gas pedal to bring it up. Or something really weird like that.
Broncos just battling not to go a lap down.
You just pull over in that case, man. You're gonna be the first car on the lap down anyway. So just
Yeah, I mean, they caught him so quick. They got 2 to go in the second stage here.
two to go, and the 02 closes in really quick.
It's going to be side by side for the stage win.
Gotta throw in one of those Larry McJoyner. It's a drag race.
Now you see, when we look at this Ford cutaway truck, love watching racing, man. You know,
And there's
it's like it's a big family sport.
There's a stage win for Dylan Tibbetzer, NRG. Slade right there in second, Honey in third. You know, a lot of these guys, where these Cup guys do come down, you have Cup. Now you have a Toyota guy, a big Toyota guy in Midnight. In NRG right here, you're trying to make a name for yourself. I get that. If you can sit up there and hold them off for 5-6 laps on a worse car, do it. But don't cause wrecks doing it.
You're not
You
going
know.
to get anything out of what he did.
No.
No. I mean, maybe,
No.
you know,
Middle of the race, you know, what's the stage really mean?
I mean, you'll get a few eyes, but not in a good way.
That's the best way to put it, yeah.
yeah, I've definitely learned that one in the hard way. You want to race as hard as you can, but you gotta be smart with it too.
Yeah, definitely. I liked seeing that 88 fifth there.
decent restart by the O2, but that outside line still just won't fall back.
Yeah, the bottom looks a little stronger. Oh,
A lot
that
more
18
organized. 18, don't do it. Don't do it, man.
Oh, that 88, is he gonna play nice? That 88, oh, I would be upset with that 18 if I was the 88. Oh, the 88's going down. Can he control it? Stay with the 88.
I think in the 18 we're seeing a little meat.
52 on the
Are you
inside
sure
of the
you're not out there
O2.
driving?
I don't know.
Talent, man.
Broadcasting and racing at the same time. Yeah, it's my different account. Well, I have this account in the party.
Oh man, I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. That's how bad at multitasking I am.
Just trying to get that first person view down there.
Yeah. See the O2 back here in second. You're just going to see it follow it out for really the rest of this race, it looks like.
See, now the thing with that move by the 18, look where he is now. That aggressiveness got him to third. You know, it's unfortunate for the 88. I think he did that out of respect. It's the beginning of the final stage. He let him get that spot in front of him. He could have easily just held the truck there, pushed him up, but you don't really want to cause anything to make enemies.
But still,
I
you
think
know,
if he gets around him again.
It's still just common courtesy and, you know, wanting to make the best racing possible. You know, we're up here, we're talking about it. You're going to see guys make moves. They know people were broadcasting this. You know, people are watching. You know, you want to make a name for yourself. You want to do something big. And doing that, like what he did right there, is not the way to do it.
Yeah, you got to play chess, you know, not checkers. Think about ahead. Think of a few moves ahead. What your actions are going to result in.
I mean, you got to understand, you know, you may have the speed, you may be the best guy out there, but if you make some dumb moves, you're not going to beat a dumb move like that right there. Like that's just not worth it. He put the 47 and the 52 in the wall right there. It was just not logical or smart.
Yeah. No, he's got a good enough truck to not need to do that.
I know there's some guys that, I know WVU was pretty irritated with him over last night too. So,
there were several people.
Definitely gonna be a talking to. It's not fun, but you know it has to happen. You know it's made me a better driver. I've been in the same situation he's in now. I can't stay out of guys' way, or people can't stay out of my way. And you know you just gotta learn from your mistakes and go ahead and move on.
The learn from the mistakes is the key part, you know? Some people will just continue to make those mistakes, but learning.
Yeah, it's a really fast truck. I don't know why he's trying to do that.
I don't know.
And see, my big thing right here, if I was an 18, I'd be going down the apron right here trying to make it 3 wide. I don't think he hardly has the gears to be able to do that, but you just don't want to put guys in bad situations like that to cause a bad race.
No, you don't. The 18 is real strong once he gets, looks like, into maybe 4th gear. It's quick. I'm happy to see the 88 was able to come back from that. He didn't deserve that first.
Somebody coming down and like that, you know, it's. There's a difference in between shoving your nose in there and just flat out coming down on somebody. That's just not.
And another thing too, that was making it 3 wide. You know, like if it was two guys next to each other.
There's a big thing. Another thing that I had to learn is, you know, if you're gonna make on 3 wide on somebody, know who you're making it 3 wide with.
Yeah, very, very true.
You know, it may not be a big deal, you know, if you go up here and you make it 3 wide on Slade and Knapp and Dylan NRG, but making it 3 wide with somebody in the beginner series, probably not the smartest idea.
Yeah, you never know how comfortable someone is with their truck, with the pressure and staying in their lane.
No, I mean not to demean these guys in the series, but you know, you don't want to go over there and race above your ability.
Right. Right. You never want to do that in any series you're in. And honestly, looking at these drivers today, I think they're all running pretty darn smooth. I think they are showing a lot of respect.
That's going to be another caution. No, stay green.
Of course, as soon as I say something about how clean they're driving, something happens.
And you'll see Slade right here as we get later into this run. You're going to see him start running a more defensive line. And start trying to run that Daytona line. You know what I mean? All the way around here on that white line. It's not this, you know, it's not for speed, but it's just a good defensive line. Nobody's going to get underneath you. You're going to run a little slower, but it's worth it in the long run.
I think he's going to have to think about how much he's arcing it going into one, because that 18 stayed a little low. If he was a little closer, he could have nudged right on the inside of that 02.
That's another thing if you're the 18 right now. You got to understand that you're racing the admin that you already put on the apron once, and you don't want to disrupt the apple crate right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
gotta,
sure, you can get, you know, maybe you can get on the inside of him, but are you going to be able to keep it there?
Are you going to shove him up to the wall? But, you know,
yeah. You don't want to use him as the wall.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to throw it in there and wall bang off somebody. As you see him now battling, that was a really clean, nice move, smooth move to get past him right here and get that nose out of him.
And I think the 02 saw that. I think the 02 saw it. He was like, all right, man, like, you got that. I think that may have been a friendly little bump because he's just kind of upset at himself. So now that 02 is going to have to regroup. You know, he's going to get passed by the 47 maybe, unless the 18 stays up, pulls him with him. Looks like
which not.
So,
this is kind of just
what if this goes green flag? Do you think the guys that aren't up there running with the leaders are starting to think about strategy?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. During the Xfinity Series race when we had here, in the Burris Moonlight Series, I had got wrecked on the start of the stage, and I stayed out as long as I could. I came in, got fuel just enough to make it to the end, and took no tires, and I got 5th. I was running like 14th, 13th after I got wrecked. And, you know, it's just a lot of these guys are just going for the win. So you're looking for strategies that's going to get you the win, and this is a track where you can hang on to really, really bad tires if you need to and still run decent laps.
Yeah, I actually won a truck league race here not too long ago, and it was on pit strategy. You know, I practiced the entire race beforehand that we were, you know, the same length and wear. I found a pit strategy that worked where the lap times would stay kind of in a good range, and I used that to my advantage to pick up a few seconds and held it. You know, like, that could help. Sometimes it could go negative as well. It's hard to find that middle ground.
Yeah, it could go really bad, you know, like we saw at Michigan in that Cup Series with Rowdy out front leading the last lap. It could go really bad. You see the 02 back up into second right here, making a room. But,
yeah, that was a race, man. You know, come 3 and 4, running out of gas.
It really reminded me of the 2009 Michigan race where we saw not only Jimmy Johnson but also Greg Biffle running out of fuel on the last lap and gave Mark Martin the win, who ran out of gas like right after he crossed the finish line. But hate it for Fluffy, but you know, love it for, really like it for a great friend and BD Destroyer right there. Known him for a while, and really great guy. Great guy.
I like talking to him at the end of that. He was so pumped, man. I would be too.
Yeah, I got a chance to race with him quite a bit when he was down there in the Burris Moonlight Series, and a really great guy and really good guy to race against.
Wow,
see the
these 5 trucks. It's 5 trucks under a blanket, man.
These guys have been up front all day.
Oh yeah,
race.
any single one of them could run. I mean, I think the 47 and the 02. I mean, all these guys that are sitting right there behind the 18 are really just playing cat and mouse right now. You're set and duck. I mean, it's just picking your moment where he can't get back around you.
Pit strategy's gonna win.
There's still gonna be pit strategy. You might see one of these guys like the. Let me get back there to him. Might see the 21. I know Will loves to try a pit strategy. You know, he might be able to make it out. Maybe run a 3-year where he can switch down that 4th and save a whole lot of fuel. He can make up that amount of time. Maybe not taking tires. Maybe making a low fuel ride at the end of this race, getting a little faster. You know, it is what he needs to do. He's done a lot of these fuel strategy races. Hasn't always worked out for him, but the races has. It's been really great.
Well, if you're not in this top 5, you're really thinking about, all right, let's just get as many positions as we can get. Let's try to get a good point stay on this.
Oh, I agree. Maybe like that can be where the strategy really helps.
And it looks like this 10 car might have already pitted. It's above there, and looked like the 87 and the 47 were trying to get down the pit road right there.
See, they weren't doing it like how that 02 did. You called him pitting on the back stretch.
Yeah, I mean,
that one green flag run.
That's kind of the thing that a lot of these cup guys have perfected. You know, they taught me quite a bit. Is you just dip below the back stretch on the white line. It signals to everybody in the field that you're pitting. It's not in your party, and you pit.
Yeah.
No, it's real simple
now,
to do.
You know, when you're trying to
the 18 just sped down pit road. I'm calling it.
Oh,
He came in way too hot for that. They lost a lot of time to some of these guys too. You're seeing the big majority of this field now pit. Almost every single truck in the field pit right here. So
holy cow. Look at all those guys going down together.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought there was gonna be a little more pit strategy play out, but which I mean, you're still gonna see guys take 2 or no tires and get a big lead. But is it worth it?
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of smoke coming out of these guys' ears as they're trying to do math in their head with laps left, how many laps do I get on a tank.
That 52 of Broncos is the only car on track to stay out.
He's stretching it, huh?
I mean, the longer you stay out right here, the worse you're gonna be, and the more time they're gonna. So either you commit to it or you pit right now. Is the smart move. Either
I think
you
it's the 18 speed.
The 18, I think, sped. I called it. If he
He's
did.
coming out of pit road right now, and I think he's pretty far behind.
Yeah, the 18 just. I told y'all he sped. That was a rough stop. He came in pretty hard. So I think when you see this track, when these guys file out, the 10 car is a lap down car. Not hard to lap down yet, he's just hanging on. But you see the 51 sitting out front leading right now. It's definitely going to be interesting to see if he can stretch it, but I think those guys will catch him before he does. She's got his teammate in the 18. KBM teammates kind of working together. And he's just going to let the 18 go by. The 51 knows he's slow, and the 8, come on, man.
I missed it with the 8.
The 18 just put him in the wall. 51 was letting him by. He just put him in the wall. And that's going to ruin his chances. It looks like maybe the 24 and the 1 may have stayed out trying to stretch it. Or not stayed out, but took 2 tires or no tires trying to stretch it.
I think it's easy to say that the 18 hasn't made any friends this race.
No, he's the admins are not going to be Mary Poppins to him after this race, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, you got to stop at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care how bad of a race you've had. You've got to shake those frustrations off and be like, hey, I've not had the best race, but just look at yourself. And
yeah, I don't think that I would be able to, like, if he tried to say it was an accident, look at how he raced all race around so many other trucks. You know, and then all of a sudden something like that, you know, I don't really see that. That's kind of careless.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to, you know, get the win. You know, be the guy that came down here and beat the #1 draft pick, which, I mean, that's what a lot of these guys are here for. You know, that's what a lot of guys come into Midnight for. They know the credentials we have. You know, 7 guys in the draft. It's 7 guys that got drafted. There was a lot more guys than that were in the draft. But
you can only pull the sorry card so many times.
Yeah. You can only say I'm sorry. Everybody in the world can say they're sorry and not mean it.
Yeah, and then you get a reputation on your head too.
Yeah, I mean, you
don't want that.
It makes it hard to get rides when you got that kind of reputation.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's what a lot of the series relies on. I mean, he's got a truck riding out right now, or maybe running independent. I ain't real for sure on that situation, but I mean, it's just tough because, I mean, you got to build respect to move up in this league.
I think the Pocono race last night was his last race, or it was his first race.
What just happened with that 47? He just looked like he went down onto the apron. I'm not too sure what's going on with him. I was watching the 5th place right now, the 88 of Jay Miller, trying to catch on from the back. He's right there, and the 47 just all of a sudden.
Can we get a running order?
Yeah, it looks like Slade is in first. Hunty's second. He's a 10th behind him. That M-Joe, he is 3 3/10 behind. He's got a good cushion in front of 4th, just from the back. And then Jay Miller is 2 4/10 off of 3rd place. So
what lap is it?
Third is 2. Looks like 39, I think it said.
How many laps
to go?
39 still to go?
Yep. And if they're getting around 16 laps on a tank, this is probably going to go down to the strategy unless there's some cautions.
You know, we had a lot of action early this race, and this race is, you know, it's kind of settled down and got a little stale, but I think he'll be right there at the end the way it was to the first 2 stages. There's a lot of action. Right now, we're just riding along right now with the 52 leading with the 02. Both these guys are content where they're running. I don't think either one of them wants to move anywhere. They're just trying to build the biggest lead possible to the 3rd place guy.
If they're running well together like that in a draft, single file, I would keep it that way for a bit. Even if the guy in front of me had a little bobble, I'd slow down a little bit, let him keep it up, you know, get back there. We're running well with you in front of me. I don't want to really try it right now unless you keep having a few mistakes.
Looks like they're running up on that 8 car. Right now, is that the 8 or the 87? They're coming up on the lap. I think it's the 8.
That's the 8.
I think it's the 87. No, it's not.
It's the 8. It's the 8.
Yeah, so he's got to be sitting duck.
No, the smart thing to do right here is go high. You know the preferred line, just go high, and that's what he looks to be doing.
Yeah,
he's kind of. I hope he is. The words of wisdom of the day.
You know, one thing, it's like if they catch you at a good spot, maybe try to stay in front
for a second.
See what happens, but. Yeah, but then if you see, okay, no, they still have that huge run up.
You know, there's 8 car here. You know, he looks to have moderately decent speed. Yeah, he's doing the smart thing, getting down low on the back stretch. Slade sticks him in the wall a little bit. And, you know, I mean, the 8 had moderate to decent speed right there. And, you know, get right in behind Honey right here. And pull that draft and make a little 3-car draft out of it. You know, be that first car a lap down. That's the smartest thing in the world to do when you're in that scenario. field got stretched out real quick. We have a little trouble from the 24 making his second stop of this run. Maybe a little field strategy going on there. Try to stretch it. I think we're a little out of the fuel window though.
It's gonna be hard to stretch that much.
Unless you got, I mean, what a lot of these guys understand is you can make a 3-gear and have that fourth one at a .50 and save tremendous amount of fuel. But I mean, you're gonna be running around here about
those RPMs low.
I mean, you could be running around here about a second slower though, or a couple tenths slower. But I mean, if you have those laps, since you pitted early, you know, you run 5 laps fast and you go and run a lap slow. I mean, it's a good way to save fuel, and it's a good way to maybe capture a win right here. But we'll have to see on this fuel strategy.
Yeah, I like that sometimes when I don't have the fastest truck to try and go with fuel strategy and slow down a bit. But that could also hurt you too, because what if you start doing that and then you realize, oh my gosh, this actually isn't gonna work. So that happens sometimes too, where you're slowing down so much that the lap times just aren't in your favor.
We'll see our 2 leaders, and Honey makes a pass going down pit road.
Wow.
Power move.
They're gonna have to make 2 more pit stops this race.
Good God. Sorry.
I think they can do it on one. I think they can do it on one more pit if they pit now. They pit now. The guys that already pitted a little early, nah.
Y'all know who's currently the leader? I think it's the 87, ain't it?
Yep.
87 is now down pit road, and the 24 looks to be taking the lead.
Oh, he smashed the wall too. I think the 87 is trying to pit here, and then one more pit.
So you're gonna have to stretch it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to work on that fuel strategy.
I'm with Nick on this. I say you can make it one more.
So what is it goes back to the estimate though. It says 31 to go. It's estimate of 16 laps. Is the ratio in your favor where each lap you gain a little bit of room?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing is, I don't care what you're doing, what line you're using here. You're flat out all the way around. Unless you're slow, you're not saving fuel. And you're flat out. I mean, if it is a 16, and that fuel may be dropping a little bit more than what they expect, especially running draft, like a lot of these guys have been all race long. So, I mean, there may be a little bit of different fuel estimates on some different guys. But, I mean, to back it down that much, I mean, you have to back it down here to save fuel.
Yeah. Well,
Like
it's a difference of a few laps, you know, like that.
Yeah.
That second pit stop. Think about all the time it is for just those few laps. It may be worth it to try and save. Or what if you're working with someone? You're in their draft. You get behind them. You're about half throttle. Stay with them.
I mean, that's what the problem with that is when you tend, you know, running half throttle. I mean, it works on plate tracks quite well. I've saved multiple laps on a plate track. I actually saved like 5 laps of the day in a league race at Talladega.
Dang, good job.
I was sitting right here at quarter throttle through there and saved like 5 laps. It's crazy, and I was getting runs on guys too. But it's hard to do that here because you're going to start, because the lower RPMs you run,
Did the
the more
anybody else's sprint?
I'm watching the 24s stay
yeah,
out.
he did crash around.
The 24 still hasn't pitted.
That might have just cost 0-2 the race.
Yeah.
I'm going. Is the 24 the leader right now? I don't have the stream put up.
Oh man, I can't tell.
The 24
I know
in
Jay
the wall.
Miller's in second, but I think they're saving too much fuel now. They may be going too slow for the other guys that are going to save too.
This is Jay Miller in second. So is the 87
now?
Okay, who's the leader?
I'm about to see. We're about to see. Huddy is first.
Honey?
Honey.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Honey has a huge lead. Holy cow.
Just about 4 almost.
He's setting their single car though, so I mean that's not a good thing. That you
they
really,
got, what was that, 26 laps to go?
yeah.
But
I'm
the
sitting here
21
watching.
and the 87 aren't really working together.
As long as you're in somebody's draft, you're working together, whether you want to or not. You have the 87, the 21, and the 47. The 88 sitting back there pretty nice. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
definitely going to be
picked up-
interesting to see.
They picked up 4/10 that lap on the leader.
So
Second place from the back, and the third place, MJO.
I mean,
They got the 10 truck right in front of them there. That's kind of slowing them down.
The 10's getting out of the way, it looks like now. He's doing the smart thing. But maybe a little too late.
Not making it easy. Not making it
He's
easy
not.
on that 21.
The leader's out front. You're not helping yourself.
Yeah.
Just move.
They lost a 10. They lost a 10 to that
Good
lap.
God. And that's saying something for a 4-car draft. Good job, 87, man. Good job. I hate to say it, but the 10 deserved what he got right there.
Yeah, that 21.
And that might be a caution. It should be.
Oh, no.
21's flipping. That's a caution. Ain't it?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, it is.
No. Oh, man.
Is it?
No.
Or is it? No, it's not. Keeping it green, that sucks. That's
Wow.
gonna leave
You know,
Honey out front. It's his race to
The
lose.
88 got through it. You know, he's 6 seconds back from the lead, but he can make something happen. And he's got MJO right behind him now. Maybe they can get a draft going. I felt bad for the 21. The 21 looked a little nervous getting on the inside of the 10, and he got around him, which was great. You know, it's like, all right, good, now I can breathe. And then other stuff happens to him. It's like, come on, man. My day was going all right. 22 to go.
Ending the day in disappointment.
So the 88 is giving that 87 a lot of room. I think he sees how good he is on the bottom. I think he wants to kind of save a little.
Which, I mean, the smart thing to do right now if you're the 87 is, as he gets in the grass back there, I think, you take 2 tires, or take none. Get out in front, hope and pray for a caution. Lead some laps and try to hold Honey off, because Honey's fast. Honey is really fast. And, you know, he's sitting out here single car, you got no help. You know, maybe try to take no tires, 2 tires, get in with some of these guys that staying out of the track a little bit, get behind them and pull a draft and stay out in front for as long as you can. You're going to have 15, 16 laps to go when we get out of green flag pit stops. Try to make it out there and try to hold him off for 16 laps.
Yeah,
It's a
second
long
and third
shot.
place car. They're stuck at 6.3 seconds behind. They only picked up, and now it's back to 6.4. They're only picking up maybe a 10th a lap. They're not doing that well with the draft.
I mean, and Honey looked like a little bit of lag right there. A little bit of, yeah, he's lagging a little bit. So,
It's a long shot, but maybe he can lag out or speed on the road or hit the wall or spin out.
if you're Honey right now, you're going to play this so conservative.
No, that's such a good point. There's still laps left. Even though he's 6 seconds ahead does not mean this is his race. He can speed, he can hit something.
But I mean, it's his race to lose. You know what I mean? It's
That's
going to require a mistake by Honey, or a mistake really by his internet for him not to win this race.
Well, I can
Or
kind of
maybe a
hear him
caution.
right now in his house. Hear him in his house yelling at all his family members, "Get the heck off the Wi-Fi! Need to win this race."
I mean, it looks like he's catching the 19, or is that the 21? Maybe the 02. That's the 02. I believe the 02 is going to try to help him as much as possible. No, that's the 1 car. No. Who is in front of Honey? Yeah, the 02 is in front of Honey right now. and looks like O2 might help him. They're making their rounds of pit stops for right now, but you can make up a lot of time the earlier you pit, but you're going to have, you know, worse tires, a little less fuel at the end of these runs as the 24 dips down pit road.
Yeah, now that second place truck is lost 4/10 since the last time I mentioned anything with that. That was about 2 or 3 laps ago. So I think he's trying to save. Looks like the 88 of Jay Miller is too.
I don't think this is the good time to save right here. You know you can't make it.
No.
As the 52 goes down pit road, he's playing it.
Well, not. Yeah, I think that they're thinking everyone else is going to have to pit another time.
He nailed pit road pretty hard. I don't know, it was close. Keep eye on his pit stop right now. Keep eye on the 52's pit stop. See if he did speed. I don't think he did, but.
All right, let's get to the 52 here.
You know, I mean, if he has a bad pit stop here, even, you know, if he has a 16.3 pit stop, which is very possible, you know, or if he forgets to repair, that could change the entire landscape of this race. If he forgets not to repair, turn that repair off, you know, it's definitely interesting. He had a longer pit stop right there. Yeah, but he did have a longer pit stop. So,
87's on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like they're all clear now.
Maybe the 1 is your leader. I didn't know for sure. Maybe the 24 was the first car to him down pit road. So, I think we're looking at the 1 or the 10 as your leader right now. Or maybe the 24. I will say this, a lot of that group from earlier kind of got back together. That 47, that 18. Oh, and the 8. The 8 didn't just do that. The 8 didn't just do that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What are you thinking, man?
Just
what
going
are
up
you
the track
doing?
like that.
What are you doing?
That was gonna be your race leader cycling out.
That's.
I wish I was in their chat right now. I wish I was hearing what's going on.
Yeah, I would
Can we
definitely
get
like
some
to
radioactive going on in here?
Yeah,
I would love to be a fly on the wall on that conversation.
I
right
think
now.
there would be a lot of, you know, beep, 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 beep.
Oh yeah.
It would just be
catch
one
every
long
other
beat.
word. Oh man.
Jay Miller is your race leader.
Jay Miller's, wow.
There we go. Hold it. No caution. Keep it going, Miller.
Okay, DW. Calm down.
Oh, Mikey. Oh, Mikey. Did he win?
Nap Racing is right behind.
There's some draft going on back there. I mean, they could catch him, but that really sucks for Honey. You know, that really sucks for Honey.
Yeah.
I can't believe the 8 did that. Was that W. Broom?
I think so.
I really would not expect that out of him.
Oh god, they're flipping. There's got to be a caution in front of the leader. There's got to be.
Oh,
the leader gets into the back of the 25.
it's already caution. It's okay.
All right.
So-
I was wondering why he didn't get out of the.
Definitely
yeah,
gonna
Joe
be
was
an
catching.
interesting. Definitely gonna be an interesting finish right here. Have the field grouped up one more time. Maybe see that 02 get back up there. That 52.
The question is, how aggressive is that 18 going to be now?
Oh.
You don't change this late in the
Yeah, you've
race.
seen them all race.
You don't change this late. Just leave it be.
So if I was Miller, looking at all these guys pitting behind him, you know, he ran maybe 6 laps or so on that stretch. What do I do here, man? Do I pit? Is there enough time with 11 to go? Come back to
You
10?
stay out. You don't give up that lead. And you're gonna see the last car in line looks to be your lucky dog car in the 02. So
The 88 didn't pit, but he's starting. Or he did pit. He did.
the 47 and the 8 now moving up to second on this restart. Definitely gonna be interesting to see what the 8 car does after What happened with him and Honey? He's got his teammate in the 87 behind him.
Oh man,
Oh.
this is where it's gonna get tight. Oh, he's a pinball right now, man. I think
Man,
it's
it looks
gonna
like
stay
one of those
green.
NASCAR arcade games, the draft games,
Oh yeah.
like nasty car. Yeah.
Caution.
Another caution. See, cautions, precautions. That's where we're gonna get it. But we're also gonna see that green rise to the top, right? Look at these guys up here.
Anybody got a caution count?
This is like the third or fourth. This is a pretty decent, you know, it's got a few cautions, but not too many. Been a really good race, I would say. Where would y'all have to rate this race on a 1 to 10 scale?
7 or 8.
I mean, it got a little stale there during this last stage a little bit, but, you know, we're...
Yeah, but
See, but that kind of goes with like what I was saying. My
Yeah.
racing type is, you know, because we've had it all so far, man. Like
yeah,
first
it's,
stage, it was like, you know, running that bottom line, like you were saying, and then it came to strategy.
little connectivity issues with the, who is that? Is it the 87? Yeah, the 87 a little bit. Just came barreling through the field. There's like 8 cars on the outside. I wonder how Honey's gonna race him. The 8
Honey can't be
comes.
that bad. I mean, caution.
I still wouldn't be playing you any favors.
Oh, that 47.
Oh, and the 18 in the wall. Oh, good job
Was
keeping
that
it
the
up there.
18?
Yeah, that was the 18.
Yeah,
But the 8,
karma.
man, he didn't really, it wasn't really his fault. That was the 8 putting all those guys in a really bad situation, really. He was falling back, the 18 had nowhere to go.
Yeah. Well, the 8 is saying, hey, it's my time now. I'm not going to you guys. We're getting towards
As-
the end. Ooh, the 02 into the 19, but then it looks like the guys behind him checked up and gave a lot of room.
Now this is something I really want to see. You see the 52 car sitting right in here, behind the 87 and the 8.
10 and 4.
So we're gonna really get to see how this is gonna play out. You know, a little more aggression might come from Honey as this race goes, especially to these to Joe Nemechek racing cars, your trucks. So
We haven't really talked about the 21, but he's up there now.
yeah, your former teammate.
Yeah, that 21 did a good job hanging on for a few laps. But
You see the 19
goes
looking
back.
to the inside, and the 02 with a big move down to the inside below the 52.
Yeah,
And
he
the
said, "You're gonna open
02
that
looks
door, I'll
down
go
below
with
the
you."
19 now. Holy.
This is the final lap.
It is.
Final lap. Oh my God. Oh,
Caution's out.
looks like there's a caution.
And that wasn't a green
Oh,
white
man.
checkered, so we're gonna have a green white checkered finish, boys. Here we go.
Well, NRG was on his way to the winner.
Third straight win. Wow. You know he's a little anticipation
He's-
right now.
He's a little bit salty right now.
Yeah, he's not too
He's got to
happy.
be able to hold that bottom just like he did around 1 and 2 there.
We saw
that
the
last
O2 making
start.
some big moves right there. You know, you're gonna have 2 laps once you go green. I've done it from way farther back from that at Auto Club. I came from 9th on the final restart to win the race on the overtime restart. So it's not
Yeah, but you
impossible.
saw how hard it is to pass, like in this race.
I mean, you may not make a lot of friends doing it, but you can do it. The 19's sitting right there in the prime spot, 19 to 52. Those 3 cars on that inside line are going to be the cars to beat right here. If you're going to be able to get a win, you're going to have to beat one of those 3 cars. You're going to have to come from the inside line to win this race, pretty much.
Oh, just lost too much ground.
And the 52 down there! Oh!
52 gets inside of the 19 as the 19 bobble, and it's pretty
Oh,
clean.
and
Looks
will
like
they get back?
there's-
Then when they get back to the start finish
some
line?
drivers in the back. Looks like it.
The start finish line, and the race is going to be
Oh, there
official.
goes the
Next flag will
87.
end it. Will they get back to the start finish line? Waiting to see if NASCAR will call the caution. The 52.
Going to get help.
Man, I don't think he's gonna have it. The 47 pulling up. That looks to be the race of the 47 coming to his third straight victory.
That 19's diving in.
Is he gonna have a run coming off a corner? Maybe. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back as NRG will win his third straight race here in the beginner series. Dylan, what a impressive showing from Dylan. That is a great run and a great victory. A lot of chaos, a lot of great racing in this
You gotta
race.
remember, he was the last second entry. He has to be glad that he made it.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, should I do it? Yeah, I'll race.
In the 47 Toyota Tundra, as NRG is always a big Toyota fan and says he will never run anything else in league racing. So this is definitely a great win for him and definitely a great win for Toyota.
So who's got it out already? Let's.
You can get that going for us where I don't have to go blue screen.
Yeah, you don't need that blue screen. I can suggest them though. I'm not the.
Oh yeah, that's right. As Slade will have your fastest lap time of the night. The only guy to hit a 1 the whole race.
Oh man.
Definitely.
All right, so let's see who are we getting in here first.
NRG, Hunty, and
Jay Miller maybe, I think, because I know they was wrecking there at the end.
What's the rest of NRG's name?
I can get it. Just let me grab it real quick. Sorry guys. Sorry guys about the blue screen right here. We'll try to get it going as soon as possible. Hate to do this.
well, Slade got the fastest time this week.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Is it,
I was the only dude.
NRG 41.
I already got him. I already sent him an invite.
You got him? Thank you. Having a hard time with that.
Man, he was almost there all time. Hey man, is your set to always allow?
Yeah.
Let me get your car pulled up right here real quick. Big
Man,
number 47.
congratulations.
I appreciate it.
I heard that's your third win in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. There was definitely, there were some really fast guys out there tonight for sure. It's kind of unfortunate that some of them got taken out by lap cars, but
yeah,
Slade
there was
had a really good truck.
There was a lot of aggression in that race. You know, we spent a lot of time up here in the booth talking about the aggression of these drivers out here. Who do you think caused the most?
I'm not gonna try to call anyone out in particular. It's just, some guys that are about to get lapped down, they're running the preferred line. Like if you see the leaders coming behind you, just move up the track a little bit, let these guys go. And then there was definitely some issues with people getting off pit road and pulling up in front of people. I lagged a couple times during that race. I tried to get out of the way the one time. I fell clear back to 7th. I didn't think I had a chance to get back up there, but then I heard that Slade got taken out, and then Hunty got taken out. There was a lot of guys that were loose, but
that Hunty incident was really ridiculous. He probably had that race locked up.
Yeah, I agree with you there. If it weren't for that last caution, definitely made things exciting, but I couldn't believe that I was back up there in a position to win.
Yeah, you was a strong car all night. You really had those 5 cars setting up there, really 5 cars under a blanket all night until y'all got spread out under pit stops. But
yeah, we definitely were able to get that. We were able to get that outside line working. Surprisingly, like it was, the outside line was trash on restarts, but as soon as you got up to speed, like a lot of guys were, saying that they couldn't run that high line, but there was plenty of times I was next to Slade for 3-4 laps at a time, just running side by side. He was under me, but you just get that exit speed. I don't know, I like it.
Well, NRG, as you are a former Cup driver, this is the only day you can run. Who was the best driver that is a full-time beginner series guy out there tonight that you saw?
Well, I seen we had a couple of guys that are in other series in here from the backwards in here. Knapp had a really good truck tonight. A-Trout, he's now in the truck series, but he was also strong. He has been strong every week. And then, I mean, I'd say them two, and Slade and MJO, he had a pretty fast car too. But it's a really draft dependent track.
Yeah, we was talking about that a lot before the race, and it was really who was in the right place at the right time. We saw A-Trout lead a majority of the laps, and it didn't seem like y'all, like, especially in the pack where y'all had like 5-6 cars, you just couldn't seem to suck up a whole lot to each other's back bumper.
Yeah, it was really hard. If the person in front of you had someone else's draft, like, and you kind of had their draft of being like the third car in line, like, it was hard to get to that person's bumper. But I mean, once you got there though, I mean, nobody could really pull away.
Well, yeah, man, congratulations on the win, and I know you're the big Toyota guy, so congratulations on Toyota having such an amazing run tonight. And could you tell us could you tell us who finished second, third before we can get them in the party?
Knapp was second, and I believe Hunty was third. But Knapp was for sure second.
Gotcha. Well, let's go ahead and get Knapp in here, man. Thank you very much, and guys, sorry for the blue screen out here as I invite Knapp Racing.
Thank you guys for broadcasting the race. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man. No problem. It's a joy. Get this big Haley Deegan mobile pulled up.
NRG is a class act. He's one of my favorite guys.
He really is, man. Hey, man. Hey, Nap. Congratulations on the second place win. Or on the second place, not a win, but congratulations on the second place. Looked like y'all had a lot of competition out there tonight, man. Who was honestly the fastest and biggest threat to win that race all night?
Honestly, I'm not gonna say Slade or Energy had the best car. I mean, we all had good cars. It literally just came down if we had a good car, track position. Like, my car was a winning car, but, you know, I just rode in the back the whole race. And then that high side was, oh my god, it killed people on restarts because the low line was the way to go. It's like I had to just let people go when I kept restarting on the high side.
Yeah.
Then you just drive back up there, you know. And I mean, there's a lot of good cars. It was a fun race. Felt bad for Slade, Bronco taking him out or whatever happened with that.
Yeah, that was rough. The worst one was when the 8 car took out Honey. That one was also really bad, but
yeah.
You know, you had a really good showing. You know, he was talking to Knapp, and did you, like, we saw guys really having a bad trouble of getting the guy's back bumper and really sucking up in this race a whole lot. Was you having that same issue?
No, I liked it. I mean, it just feels normal to me at most of these speedways how the draft is. You just fly right up on them. And it's some people, they hit them just wrong. It kind of turns your car sideways. I get that sometimes.
You know, man, we saw a lot of aggression out there tonight. Who would you say was the most aggressive guy out there in the field?
No one really stood out to me being too aggressive, honestly, to tell you the truth. Or maybe I just wasn't around the people doing it.
I mean, you had a really strong car and was up there to really contend for both stages and then contend for that win at the end. Did you have anything for him?
Yeah, I mean, if we had a few more laps, I feel like I could have got him. I felt like sizing people up the whole race. I know I probably didn't really show it too much because I've been, like I said, stuck in the bag, driving to the front again, trying to get up there. I just felt like I had one really good long-run car. I probably could have competed for a win.
One thing I gotta say, Nap, you know, that was a good showing from you. We saw a lot of you there. And do you think that it could have been an aggression level that some of these guys had that kind of would get them to where they were? Because you were fast, you were running up there, and then they would kind of get on the inside of you. Things would happen. And...
My point of view, even with the past guys, like I felt like everyone's like Superman on tires, and where it sets everyone apart, like when you get like for real, you get everyone like on a few lap run. The tires where my car is still hooking the bottom, you know, like all right, I'm gaining, but. And then that incident with Bronco, I think it just went crazy after that. Maybe more people got more intense because they were probably all frustrated, no yellow, and all that bullshit.
Well, yeah, man. Congratulations on the second place victory. And who finished? Was it Honey that finished third?
I think, yeah, Hunty.
Honey, alright.
Yeah. So hey, one more week, maybe I improve the first. Third at Dover, missed Atlanta, and now second here.
Knocking them off.
Hey, we'll see.
Knocking them off each week. You're gonna definitely have to knock off Dylan. This is his third straight in a way at row. So first got to do that in midnight. First got to win 3 straight in a row. First got to win 2 in a row. So.
I'm a rookie, okay? I gotta just one of these weeks.
Consistency. You get there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank you. You put on one hell of a show tonight, and great run. Couldn't ask for much more. Ain't no big deal, man. It's a joy to have you. Well, I'm sure Honey is definitely going to have a different perspective on this. So, definitely going to be interesting to see what he's got to say.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to believe if it was just us after watching that. That was sick to watch.
Hey, man.
What's up?
First of all, congratulations on that third place. I know that's really not what you wanted and really not what you deserved. Looked like you had it locked up until the A car just came up and took you out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with this car. Like, it looked like it came like straight up to the track and hit me.
Man, I was actually accidentally, I was trying to find the leader on the track, and I found that at just the right time and caught it. And on my screen, looking at it through the broadcast, it looked like he just came up the track. He just got off pit road and turned dead right. But
yep, I'm guessing he like clipped the apron or something.
Yeah, there was a lot of aggression throughout this race tonight. And, did you see as the aggression level rose throughout the races, that's what was getting guys to the front? Like guys like the 18.
Yeah, I mean, the front pack was like always about like 6 cars, I think.
Yeah, 5, 6 cars.
I thought it was actually pretty clean racing doing that. And then after the pit stops, everyone got spread out, and then they started getting wrecked by lap cars. I think that's when it got really aggressive.
Yeah, man, it was once the field got spread out and y'all got around some of the back markers back there in the back half of the field, it definitely got interesting to see. Slade got taken out by Broncos and you got taken out by the 8 car. It definitely set up for a crazy last restart once that caution came out. I know you had that. Looked like
we were talking to Bronco too when Slade was passing. He was like, "All right, let me by," and then he hit him.
Good God! Looked like y'all had a little incident with 8 car earlier in the race when y'all came passing on the lead pack, but I'm not gonna call a guy out like that.
Yeah, I had a problem with him at Atlanta too.
It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, man, congratulations on 3rd place. Hate you didn't get the win, man, but keep your head up. I'm sure you'll get them next week.
Alright, see you.
See ya.
You know what I got to say after listening to all those 3 interviews? You can tell that there's a lot of really respected drivers out there. They show a lot of respect for each other. No one called anyone out on anything. They said, it was great racing from their point of view. It was great racing. That was awesome to watch. Thank you guys for having me here. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, not a problem. It was definitely a little bit of an insane race. It was really clean racing for the most part. I will have to say that. I'm really surprised nobody. It may have just been us in the stream seeing that 18 car, but it was a good race, good racing overall. I mean, is there anything y'all else would like to say before I sign this off here?
Can't wait till next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I want to run in it. I think I'd have more fun doing something like this.
Well, sign us off. Thank all the sponsors. Thank Pocono Raceway, Tanner Berryhill. Thank Burris Racing. Thank Ramen Imports and Speedway Collective for the amazing show they allow us to put on every week. And thank all these racers and everybody in all 4 series we have. Really all 5 series, including Smokes, Midnight Posse, Dirt Posse. And just thank y'all for tuning in every week, and thank y'all for allowing us to do it. We're signing off, and we'll see you next week on the Midnight Broadcasting Network, as we will go Monday to Iowa. It will be our next race that will be streamed, and that will be the Burris Moonlight Series. So this is Bulldog signing off with Republican Racing, and what's your name, Nick? What's your...
Enoch.
Alright,
Enoch
well...
22, yeah, thanks.
Alright, so we are signing off this time.